Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. It's no longer news that Rochas Okorocha, who was the former governor of Imo State and currently a senator with the 9 Senate, has declared his intention of running for presidency come 2023. And when he was open for an interview, there are a lot of questions which he answered. One of it bordering on IPOB, the genesis of IPOB activities in the southeast and why it is getting intensified right now in southeast. And also he threw light on the issue of erecting statues, status in southeast and what he intends to do when he becomes a president. He also took out time to talk about his belief in respect to the people of Southeast supporting his presidential ambition. We are going to be looking at all of that in a jiffy. But before we do that, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you get notification anytime we publish our video. Now, according to the news, the senator representing Imo West Senatorial District and the former governor of Imo State has taken out time to respond to the ever increasing rise of secessionist agitation and the reason why some IPOB members call him Okorocha. He has also thrown light on the level of support that he expects from the Southeast, even as he had also taken our time to talk about erecting statues of world leader, which was heavily criticized by the people of Southeast. Now, in respect to the issue of IPOB activities in the Southeast, the senator reacted thus. He said, "Let me tell you a bit about IPOB. It is an agitation group of mainly young people who believe sincerely that they have been marginalized and suffered untold hardship and that this country hates Igbo. That is their understanding and that the Biafra war has not been forgotten and that this agitation is for them to have their own nation. But when I was there as governor, I was there as governor for 8 years. I was able to manage these young men, assure their feelings, and get them to see reasons that they are better off to be a part of this bigger nation than to be a smaller nation. But the agitation of IPOB skyrocketed in the government of the day. The matter is still not well handled because whatever you call it, then it is exactly what it will answer. Because if they are called terrorists, which I do not believe they are, they will begin to behave like insurgents. But if you call them your sons and your children, they will behave like one. You can discuss with them and make them see reasons. Now they are regarded as insurgents, but the blame should go to the governor of the day. He misrepresented the facts. They have not let the federal government understand the true situation. They are invite they have invited the military and this escalated the whole situation. If I were a governor, then you wouldn't hear a single noise being made about IPOB. It is not late to put things in order. So also is the situation all over the country where you have this kind of agitation. But the truth is, are Southeast people marginalized? Yes, they are. Is agitation right? Yes, it is. But the platform is wrong. You cannot be demanding an independent nation in a nation, but agitation is allowed. It depends on how it is handled. The governor of Imo State has not handled this properly. That is why Imo State seems to be the center of the agitation. I was called Okorocha. These young men insulted the hell out of me. As a governor, there was a day I had to park when the convoy of more than 100 buses was passing by, and when they saw that I was not engaging them, they started chanting, "Our governor, our governor." If we see them as our children, half of the matter is solved. When he was asked question in respect to the level of support he's expecting from the Ndigbos, In his response, he says, I believe they should support my ambition. Why won't they? I have done so much in the Igbo nation. If they cannot support a man who has trained over 12,000 children through Rocha's Okorocha Foundation, who else will they support? It is for their own good that I become the president, because it is hard to find one of their own that is accepted all over the country. If you are only known in Igbo land, how would you win elections in Kano, Sokoto, among other states of the Federation? In respect to the issue of erecting status of war leader, which had attracted negative reaction when he was the governor, he was further asked if he will continue building more if he becomes the president. And according to his response, he said, what kickstarted tourism in the state are the statutes built, and for the first time in history, Imo State has had an address internationally. We are no more regarded as a state very close to River State or Port Harcourt. The statute brought in 5 sitting presidents who flew all the way from their country straight to Imo State without passing Abuja. That made my airport an automatically international airport by force. Bringing in resources, some of them spent 2 days and more than that, and some more than that. I brought in the likes of Jacob Zuma and Nana Akufo-Addo, among others. What most people do Also, sorry, I'll take that again. What most people do not know is that the whole place is called Hero Square. It could be likened to the Eagle Square. It has an event center, mini stadium, Igbo Resource Center, presidential guest house, and a Hall of Fame, among others. All within the arena is the same place where I built houses for all former governors of the state. The one interesting thing there is the long pedestrian bridge that joins with the statue. It tells the whole story and the essence of the statues. It is a place for children. It is an inspiration, motivation, so that children will have role models and think big about life. A pedestrian bridge is a bridge of life that we must go through. So when I take the children there, the first thing I do is, you are now in your good morning early days of your life, which is the primary school, secondary school. Before you go to the afternoon section of your life, you should ask yourself, what have I done with my good morning? Once you get to good afternoon, you are now getting very close to the reality of life. Those whose status are there are successful people who make students go and study hard. The idea of the statue actually started from the statute of the unknown soldier. You know that every January they do Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Most soldiers stand there. So that was how the vision came out of nothing. I was passing there one day as a governor, and I saw these unknown soldiers. I said, I am going to make stories out of these soldiers who are constantly carrying guns and said to be protecting the people. He cares about the people, and I said to myself, that's leadership. So I said, let me build a hero square. Then I built it. If you listen to my declaration speech, I said the story of our founding fathers, all of whom are no more alive, should first form the basis of our tourist attraction. Our history is our strength in tourism. Our story is our tourism. We can't be telling the story of other countries. We must tell our stories. And how do we do this? We must tell the stories from our amalgamation. Imagine when you have a statue of amalgamation telling how we came together as a nation and all the founding fathers who struggled for our independence, and also a hall of fame where people who have done well are being honored. It will be a place for people to go and study. Even children in school would like to go. The tourism will start there in the new Nigeria. Those were the words that Rochas Okorocha said, and his reaction has attracted so much attention from the people. And someone here says, but your Imo people are against you. You fell badly as a governor. And so another person reacted, they said they are against him because of political propaganda. They gave negative interpretation to his good intention. I was a proud Imolite when he was a governor. Rochas has wisdom and he meant well. Ndi Imo. Haters should rethink. Another person here says the judiciary is the biggest problem we have in fighting corruption. How can the court stop an agency from doing its work? Rather, they should insist their investigation is done within the ambit of the law. Judges are really going beyond their authorities, and the NGF is culpable in this. Another person says, all the same, you so much love injustice, especially when you are favored. Talking to Okorocha. Another one here says, how did your government help anybody when it was in power? Another person here says, don't just waste your money. Even if Southeast are to be president, it will never be you. I can beat my chest and tell you this truth. Another one here saying, not his money, but stolen commonwealth. You can imagine what people are saying about his intention of becoming a president. Another person here, Rochas Okorocha, remain the only man Nigeria need at this point in time. Open your eyes. Some people are speaking in favor of Okorocha. Another one say, you haven't seen anything yet until you get into prison for the embezzlement which you committed. Every day for the thief, one day for the honor. You can imagine. Different people are lambasting him. Some are supporting him. Another one said, how did you help bring him to power when you fight with the last pint of blood to impose your son-in-law as the governor but fail? They're asking him about the current governor. This one said, Okorocha, don't think that you can deceive us again. Everybody knows that you are not a good leader, though you are a good orator. Continue talking. So many reactions there coming in from Nigerians, but I'd like to leave you there. What's your position in respect to some of the things that occurred?